Hey guys, this is a coolin' your jets, out here in let's see. Yeah, I'm out here in Mesa now. The flat Mesa. The word Mesa literally means flat. 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 Remember, I used to live out there in Gilbert. I remember being one of Jehovah's Witnesses. I becoming one of Jehovah's Witnesses. Started studying back in like '89. Let's see. We learned about Gilead. And gamers today, they're a part of a guild. The name Gilbert kind of got a sound that's similar. But anyway, we ain't going to get into that kind of word terminology, parallel manipulation, mind control. Just going to tell you guys a story. The Bible. When I become one of Jehovah's Witnesses, I was obsessed with the Bible. I really was. I started collecting them. Like people collect knives or collect little glassware or whatever. And I would compare them and everything else, Lay 2 or 3 of them on my bedside table when I'd lay in bed at night before I'd go to sleep for about a half hour or whatever, 40 minutes, and, just kind of go through some stuff. And fortunately for me, one of the brothers I had met early in my association with brotherhood, if that's what you want to call it, yeah, they mimic their terminology so close to the Masonic Brotherhood, it's not even funny. They probably even act like them, I would imagine, in a lot of ways. Anyway, okay, get away from that. We don't want to parallel the Jehovah's Witnesses, New World Order, cult mind control with the Masonic Brotherhood, mother of all cults, mind control, which is what it is. But, like I said, my uncle, I never seen any of his literature when he was a Mason, or my great uncle, my grandpa's brother, but I knew they were. And that was when I was a kid. I hadn't been around them people for years and years. Even when I lived back in Missouri, and I've been down here about 17 years in Arizona. They had their lives, I had mine. But, okay, so, here's my thing. You got to think about the Bible, It was really never intended for, what? To be in the hands of the common folks, because the common folks, when you think about the Bible, think about it for what it really is. King James, 1611, right? 1611. The Bible was basically, something that these people here, they didn't read it. These were the pagans, right? The pagans. Did the pagans actually read? Hell, they couldn't even read. Reading was silly to them probably. They had more busier things to do, right? The Bible was for these people. Yes, that's right. And as one of Jehovah's Witnesses, and I used to intently listen, always trying to pick up some new information when I went to Kingdom Hall. I was always looking for that new light. That's the bait they give you. The new light. The new light's always coming, right? And I was trying to see if I could find it in any of the public talks and stuff like that. But one of the things they used to always say, not in the public talk so much, but brothers I'd talk to and different things, trying to pick their brain for information. Because, I was really hooked on, I thought it was the truth, really hooked on being a part of that the first 5-6 years, kind of just definitely got to where it burnt me out. But, some of the brothers I talked to, they go, and I think that this was probably even said from the platform, but, I've heard people say that the Bible was never written for the pagans. No, it wasn't. It was written for the aristocrats. That's not the way they tell it. It was written for the anointed, is what they say. But it's the same thing. people back in the old days, if you was anointed, you was an authoritative figure, right? See? So, you wasn't a pagan. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I had like 3 bookcases full. I could tell stories about some of the old timers I'd meet and talk to. One lady, her name was Dorothy Vance. Her and her husband came through World War II, as Jehovah's Witnesses, right? Or I don't think they were. Right after the war, they became. It's been a long time. I can't remember their story. It was long. But anyway, got a lot of stuff from them, when they had died. With me and some of the brothers at our Kingdom Hall revamped their house and sold it, and the money was donated to the Watchtower. And Dorothy was a pack rat big time. You just can't even imagine. But anyway, so I had a lot of literature. Now here, I want to make a point with you guys. I had 4 children with my wife. And as I was getting older, I was getting a little belly on me. Used to be real active when I was young. Being one of Jehovah's Witnesses really slowed me down, and it slowed my metabolism down. So, sometimes at the Kingdom Hall, my wife would come up and give me a big hug, and people would come up and say, "Oh, that's so cute." And my wife used to say, "Yeah, I like the way our bellies fit together." Her pregnant belly would be kind of bulging out, and I'd be standing on this side, and I'm taller than her, and mine would be kind of going over the top of hers a little bit because I was putting on some belly weight, and she's much shorter than me. And subconsciously looking back on these things, some of the brothers and sisters that probably knew about the and they just didn't want to believe it, or they did believe it, or they didn't want it to be drug into. Maybe they thought we were secretly being apostates that was trying to cause contention in the organization or whatever. But that wasn't our thing at all. I came out of the world, as they call it, came out of the world, right? And I understand a certain amount of symbolism, and she did too, of course. I was like 31. And she was like 24. There was another joke I used to throw out at the brothers sometimes. I go, "Yeah, it's a good thing I met her in my older age, because if I'd have met her when she was young, I'd have had to say, 'Oh, would you like some candy, little girl?'" Joking about it, A sense of humor. A sense of humor. You get it? A sense of freaking humor. I have a sense of humor. Those people in the organization, they don't have it. Anyway. Yeah, at that particular time, I had no clue of the pedophilia problem in the Watchtower Bible Tract Society. But evidently, when I would say shit like that, and or joke about other stuff, joke about pagans, or joke about the aristocrats, because the aristocrats to me was always the wealthy, power, greedy suckers. The brothers probably understood. Some of them, because I associated mostly with elders and ministerial servants, and so they might have been awakened to a lot of this, but still participated in the religion and didn't necessarily believe all of it. This is where the problem comes in with this cult mind control bullshit. But anyway, back to the Bible. Do you really think the Bible was written for everybody on the planet? In fact, it wasn't until 1611, right? King James. That's only 400 and a few years. But this is 2016. I was like, 405 years, right? 505 or 405, 405 years ago. Yeah. Before that, supposedly, there was other translations trying to be put together, blah, blah, blah. Or not translate. Well, they had to translate it, I guess. But supposedly, who knows how much of this is bullshit. But this is what I really think we need to think about. We need to think about this. I will show you. Let me close out all these. The days of the great if I spell that right, the days of the great sailing vessels and the Bible. See, if the earth is flat, the stories in the Bible don't necessarily have to apply to any particular region. If you're out on the ocean traveling and you had a Bible, which didn't the captains of these ships always have a Bible? Didn't they? I think so. And wouldn't the captain be considered like a representative of the what? Aristocrats. Not the pagans, not the aristocrats, right? And I talk about Bible stories being personifications of astrological observation, GPS. This is a long video. 10 minutes and 45 seconds. Anyway, you get my point. These sailors would know the orientation of the Bible stories and concepts and be able to associate them with the sun when they're out sailing the seas to navigate the ocean as they conquer biblical astrological personifications of the sun and the moon and the stars in the heavens. So, thumbs up, thumbs down, subscribe, don't subscribe, it really don't matter, but Flat Earth Bible, the truth about the Bible, the truth about pagans, and the truth about the aristocrats. And the Bible wasn't written for you pagans out there, you common folk. It was written for the aristocrats. So have a good day.